Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero. When it comes to news on 95.1 FM, weather always comes first. A significant winter storm will bring heavy snow and strong winds and a possible blizzard to the northern plains and upper Midwest through tomorrow. Hazardous travel is expected. Now, by tomorrow, the threat of severe thunderstorms decreases slightly to a marginal risk over the Ohio Valley, with a second area over parts of the central and eastern Gulf Coast. Closer to home, it's going to be breezy to windy today and tomorrow, with a continued chance of a light lowland rain and mountain snow showers. High temperatures today and tomorrow are going to be about 10 to 15 degrees below average. We're going to have less wind and warmer temperatures to finish out the week, though. We'll have another look at the weather following this news. Alamogordo's own Larry Dennis was arrested for drunk driving on February 18th. The complaint states that Dennis had been convicted 8 times before. Police body cam footage indicated that he didn't even try to hide the fact he'd been drinking before he got lost in a city park.
I'm lost, sir.
You're lost?
Yeah.
Where you trying to go?
For a hotel.
A hotel? Well, there ain't no hotels up here, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Empty beer cans were found in his car, so the officer attempted to conduct field sobriety tests.
Do you have anything that's going to keep you from walking, turning, standing?
I got a heel. A heel, what do you call it? Stud, whatever.
A heel stud?
But, yeah, like a heel thing.
Okay, does it keep you
I'm
from...
intoxicated. I'm still intoxicated.
You're still intoxicated? Yeah. Okay, all right.
Dennis did not do well and told officers it was due to some sort of medical issue. Anyway, Dennis was arrested for a 9th time for drunk driving. One more, and I think he gets a set of steak knives. This Thursday, the Republican Party of Otero County is having their monthly meeting. Vice Chair Josh Beasley had this to say.
We're past candidate declaration deadline, so we know who all of our candidates are going to be in the June primary. We're going to have all of the local and county and some of the state level candidates there for you to meet and greet and ask questions and vet. See who you want to vote for. Now is your chance to ask the important questions to these people that are going to be on, so you can decide who you're going to vote for on the primary.
The event is also a potluck dinner. That's Thursday at 6. Check out the Republican Party of Otero County Facebook page for details. There are big plans to keep the village of Cloudcroft and the surrounding area safe from wildfires. The Lincoln National Forest, along with other state and federal agencies, is planning a forest restoration and hazardous fuels reduction project. This past Thursday night, Caleb Finch, the District Fire Management Officer for the Sacramento Ranger District, laid out the plan for the community. He then spoke with KOB.
1, it will restore the forest around the village of Cloudcroft, and then 2, also reduce the overall risk of a wildfire impacting the village of Cloudcroft through the reduction of some of those hazardous fuels, as we call them, and ultimately protect the forest and the community.
They're looking at around 3,000 acres. Finch says is a long-term project.
It could last several years. There's a lot of elements that come into play. There's a lot of planning that's taken place up to now.
Finch says it's not all prescribed burns. There's commercial thinning, mastication, and fuel wood removal for the community.
The purpose of this project is to restore the forest. We want to retain the old growth timber. We want to make this forest resilient to wildfire, not fireproof, but resilient.
While a project like this might bring up some concerns for the community, Finch says they are not worried.
We just are not seeing any potential negative impacts to what we're proposing. When you look at the impacts of the negative impacts of a wildfire, the catastrophic side, there's a number of impacts. So what we're doing is going to mitigate those negative impacts and actually reduce them.
He added that the village sees a lot of tourism and the start of a wildfire could be devastating. As a reminder, the Alamogordo Chess Club has their weekly meeting today from 4 until 7. It's casual chess. Pair up with whoever's available. No membership requirements or fees. Simply show up with a board, set it up, and play. All are welcome. Well, today is Monday. Let's get a update from Animal Village NM.
Hi, this is Sunny Harris with Animal Village NM. Low-cost spay-neuter, rescue transport, and pet food bank. And up here in Ruidoso, thank you, Spirit. Here in Ruidoso, we are celebrating spring, watching green shoots come up through the snow. And in spring, it's a wonderful, wonderful time to connect with your pet. All of us love a kitten. Kittens are funny and crazy, and the best part is to watch them unfold into their real personalities. Who will they be as adults? How will they express their love to you? Because every cat expresses their love in his own unique way. I had a kitty who gave me back rubs and slept with her cheek on my cheek. I have another kitty who would never like to do that, but he likes to sit in my lap and purr and knead. You've got to find the way that your cat expresses his or her love and build on that. And the best way to be able to do that and build a legacy of love for your family is to build a catio. Allow your cat to experience the outdoors safely by going through a window into a safely enclosed catio, avoiding the dangers of predators, cars, illnesses, fights with other cats, and the average lifespan of an outdoor cat is 1 to 3 years, while the average lifespan of an indoor cat is up to 17 or 18 years. So investing in the health and the safety and the love of your cat is a super idea. And you can build a catio for about $50 and make it a family project. That is a legacy of love. With puppies, oh sure, they're funny, they're a lot of work, there's a lot of training, and that blossoms into the personality of your dog. After puppyhood, you know who your dog really is, which has a lot to do with how you raise your dog. Spirit, my spirit animal, Mountain Spirit, was 3 years old when we found him on the res, rescuing 15 other dogs, and it took 31 days to trap him and rescue him, and then months to heal him, and 6 months before he would allow me to touch him. Today, he is almost a fully certified service dog. I invested in learning what Spirit liked to do, and I loved every minute of finding out how he loves me. Today, we started our morning with a yoga class. That's his favorite thing. I say yoga, and he gets all excited and runs to the door. Find the love in your pet. Keep them indoors as family pets.
News from around the state in just a moment. This is Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.
Local news from local perspectives from local voices. AlamogordoTownNews.com. Local sports, local events, and local happenings, and more. Owned and operated by Second Life Media. We are Otero County. AlamogordoTownNews.com. Heard daily on Crazy KALH Radio 95.1.
Directory Plus is the right size book. It's the book if you need a phone book.
That's what just one person has to say about Directory Plus. With its red cover, features, colorful yellow pages, and lots more, it's no wonder people all over use Directory Plus.
It has so much more information. You can cross-check phone numbers or addresses or pretty much anything.
Look on the plus side, Directory Plus.
I'm a big fan of Directory Plus.
A homicide investigation commenced after police found a dead body inside of a vehicle yesterday in northwest Albuquerque. The Albuquerque Police Department reports officers found that body around 7 a.m. near the Flying J Travel Center. Joshua Montano makes the 5th Albuquerque Police Department officer to have resigned this year amid an administrative investigation into the wrongdoings by DWI officers. The FBI is also investigating the police department for these DWI cases. The federal investigation involves officers who did not appear in scheduled court for DWI cases. A new lawsuit is going after a New Mexico diocese claiming decades of abuse committed by clergy members. The lawyers behind the suit are also launching an outreach project to encourage other victims to come forward. Levi Monagle is representing the victim, referred to as John Doe 203. According to the lawsuit, the victim was a few years old when he began getting abused by Father Lawrence Gaynor at the St. Joseph Parish in Lordsburg back in the 1960s. Monagle spoke with KRQE.
When the abuser is a religious figure, a priest, a man of God, and the fear of speaking out against the church and becoming a pariah in your own close religious community runs very, very deep.
According to the lawsuit, before John Doe was abused, Father Gaynor was known within the diocese to be a danger. In a letter dated 2 years prior to the alleged abuse, medical staff told the Catholic Diocese of El Paso, who oversaw the Las Cruces and Lordsburg area at the time, that Gaynor had several episodes of poor judgment in relation to male adolescent patients. They said that he was a threat to others and required ongoing psychiatric supervision. But instead of that happening, Gaynor was placed in Lordsburg.
That warning from those medical professionals was disregarded by the bishop. It was in those circumstances that our client was abused as a young child.
The lawyers are now trying to reach other potential victims. They've launched a website where victims can share their stories, be connected to resources, and the public can see a list of clergy members that Monagle says has credible accusations of abuse.
For those who do feel the sort of pull to speak out about something that happened to them, we're here to listen and we're here to help.
Since launching this website earlier this year, they say about 6 survivors have come forward.
And so the better we understand the clergy abuse crisis in New Mexico, and the more opportunities we give abuse survivors to tell their stories and fill in their piece of the puzzle, the better chance we have to avoid repeating any of that history.
The website is nmpriestabuse.com. City councilors are trying to keep things quiet in Roswell after citizens have complained about the local speedway being too loud. The concerns were addressed at the March City Council meeting.
I could tell you I live like 1,600 feet from it. And when they are running, it sounds like they're right in my living room.
We had a noise ordinance, and it was it didn't give the police the powers that we needed to address some of the issues that the constituents had.
Roswell City Councilor Christina Arnold, speaking with KRQE, she says the city will purchase decibel reader equipment, making it easier for police to enforce the rules.
And that way they can actually monitor noise on certain levels, and it gives them the ability to mark that.
Anything louder than 110 decibels is prohibited. The city says if people anticipate violating the ordinance or creating sound that can be heard from a mile away, they will need a noise permit, which is good for 3 days. Jim Collins, speaking on behalf of the Alien Motor Speedway, had a few questions about the rules.
The noise ordinance we used to have exempted sporting events. We are a sporting event, or we could be an entertainment event.
According to the city, there are only entertainment exceptions for bands and school events. The Speedway states that the new rules will require more effort for them to run, but the ordinance is written in a way that the track can still operate and gain permits to continue operating. That's after they become ADA compliant, which would then permit them to reopen. Sports and weather are next. This is Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.
They are role models and educators. Their work requires a great deal of time and energy for very little pay. Who are these unsung heroes?
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Coach.
The simple truth about education-based athletics in New Mexico is this. Without a committed team of coaches and administrators, they just wouldn't be possible. School sports, they bring out the best in all of us. This message presented by the New Mexico Activities Association and the New Mexico Athletic Directors Association.
There are 8 games for New Mexico softball today, including Capitan at Dexter, and Alamogordo heads to La Cueva. Go Lady Tigers. There are 8 games for New Mexico baseball today, including Lordsburg at Hatch, and Portales comes to Alamogordo. Go Tigers. Your Crazy Radio spot-on weather forecast for the Tularosa Basin today calls for partly sunny skies with a 20% chance for showers. Winds could gust as high as 26 miles per hour. Tonight, cloudy skies, winds gusting as high as 28. Partly sunny tomorrow, winds gusting as high as 20. Your high today in the basin, 57, low tonight of 35, high tomorrow, 56 degrees. In Cloudcroft, mostly cloudy skies with a 30% chance for snow. New snow accumulation less than 1 inch expected. Winds will be gusting as high as 37 miles per hour. Tonight, mostly cloudy, winds gusting as high as 38. Partly sunny and warmer tomorrow with a 30% chance for snow, winds gusting as high as 29. Your high today in Cloudcroft, 33. Wind chill's going to make it feel like it's 2. Low tonight of 20. Wind chill's going to make it feel like it's 6. High tomorrow of 33 degrees. Local breaking news can be found on our website, alamogordotownnews.com, and learn more about Crazy Radio by visiting kalhradio.org. Also, check out the Crazy KALH Radio YouTube channel. That's where we post our daily newscasts, complete interviews, and other information which concerns everyone in the Tularosa Basin. Be sure to give this video a like and subscribe to our channel if you've not done so already. That way you too can remain informed of the goings-on in the Tularosa Basin. That concludes this Monday edition of Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.